Ladies and gentlemen, it is going down. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that we've been talking about for 2 years is happening. And Lindsey Graham is going to subpoena Andrew Mccabe and Rod Rosenstein. Why? Because Andrew Mccabe and Rod Rosenstein have conflicting testimonies. Andrew Mccabe and Rod Rosenstein have two different versions of a story. One person says, I did not want to utilize the 25th Amendment and wear a wire so I could say, President Trump, that's a fantastic tan. You want to speak into this microphone, this lapel microphone? Thank you, Eric H526, everyone. Eric H526, Luke St. Martin, thank you. Share my Federalist article, How the Green New Deal Would Exploit Poverty-Stricken People Across the Globe. Share that everywhere. But you have a situation where Andrew Mccabe stated, yeah, well, actually, the number two, the Deputy Attorney General at the Department of Justice, who, by the way, was headed by Jeff Sessions, wanted to tape, basically wiretap Trump or tape Trump. The president, his own administration, could you imagine? It's bad enough you have anonymous people writing op-eds. Oh, we'll save the country. We'll save the country from Trump. We'll save the country from Trump. Oh, my God. Peace between North and South Korea. Prison reform getting signed. Bringing home Americans from conflicts to theaters of conflict. More jobs than there are people to fill those jobs. Gross domestic product of 3%. Record low Black and Latino unemployment. What was it? 58% of all new jobs went to women. We have a growing economy. We have wealth being created in an economy that's growing. And you have people writing in the New York Times, oh, we're saving the country from Trump. It's like, look, at a certain point, ladies and gentlemen, you just have to look at everyone on the left, media included, as people who have their own reality, their own world, and don't worry about them. 2020 is going to be the most glorious retribution possible. 2020 is going to be the most amazing retribution possible. Because when they lose again to Trump, I mean, what are they going to say? What are they going to say? What could they possibly say? What could they possibly say? You have what? Over 400,000 manufacturing jobs, wages growing at a faster rate. You had more service economy jobs, service industry jobs under Obama, and actual jobs where you can support a family under Trump. 5.1 million jobs created as opposed to 8.9 million in 8 years. And you have wages and salaries rose 3.1% in third quarter, the biggest increase in a decade. The biggest increase in a decade. Our average hourly rate earnings rose 3.2% from a year earlier, more than projected and matching the fastest pace since 2009. These are, by the way, the third and fourth quarter titles of headlines. Are you kidding? And he's working against people who, Andrew Mccabe, by the way, is under criminal investigation. Andrew Mccabe lied 3 times under oath. It is only a matter of time before he gets indicted. Andrew Mccabe, the former FBI director or deputy director or acting director, will get indicted. Salome, hello. Andrew McCabe will get indicted. And that's why he's on this speaking tour. Oh my God, I have this book. And I'm such a salt of the earth, honest person. Well, really, why did you lie 3 times under oath? Why are you under criminal investigation? And why did Michael Horowitz of the Inspector General's office, the IG, why are you the only person that he recommended for criminal indictment, or he recommended criminal charges? I mean, think of all the people who could have been indicted. Think of all the people who could have been referred to for criminal investigation. James Comey leaked memos. James Comey lied under oath regarding exonerating Clinton before interviews. He didn't do that. He lied under oath regarding a variety of other things, too. Then you had Peter Strzok, who said, we'll stop Trump. That's against the law. That's against the law. And you had Lisa Page, who basically said, yeah, Peter Strzok hated the president. You had James Baker, who's under criminal investigation. The top FBI lawyer, by the way, is under criminal investigation. And he said he wanted Clinton to get indicted too. Elizabeth Luker, hello. And then you have the Steele dossier, which don't get me started. Do not get me started on the Steele dossier. Do not do it. Do not get me started on the Steele dossier. Then you have CrowdStrike. Don't get me started on CrowdStrike. Don't get me started on CrowdStrike and the Steele dossier, which all leads to Clinton money. Do not get me started on that. ICAS 80, exactly. And all they had was Michael Cohen was in Prague. And by the way, Michael Cohen was suing BuzzFeed until the Mueller probe nabbed him. Ooh. I agree. The IG report was horrendous. It was completely watered down. But that's kind of my point regarding Andrew McCabe. Because Andrew McCabe, in the interview and the CBS, he was like, well, I wasn't willing to lie. And Trump believed Putin over our intelligence. Look, if Putin is right, believe him. I have a buddy of mine. He's like, you believe Putin, huh? You believe Putin, huh? You believe Putin, huh? And I was like, do you know that Democrats, the Obama administration, presided over the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium capacity? I think that's a little bit. You believe Putin, huh? If Putin said drink water and breathe air, I'd believe him. I agree on that. Look, whether Graham subpoenas Andrew McCabe or whether he testifies again, all of this has to lead to indictments. It eventually will. At this point, I agree. At this point, the investigations, the testimony, all that stuff. Look, I'm not really, I'm not head over heels over more testimony, but it's a start. It's a start. William Barr knows that the uranium deal is a huge issue. When they start looking seriously at the uranium deal, it goes straight to the Clinton server, which goes straight to Clinton indictments. Ladies and gentlemen, when she gets indicted, Hillary Clinton, I will have said it for 3 years straight, almost every single day, almost every single segment. She will eventually get indicted because you cannot commit that many crimes. One crime, fine. Bribery and racketeering with the Clinton Foundation. Oh, Espionage Act? Okay. Oh, the private server. That's actually the worst thing. Transferring top secret intelligence outside of the United States government. Nobody even knows how she does it. Okay. Oh, another thing, $83 million funneled through Democratic Party fundraisers into the Clinton Foundation. Oh, that's a campaign finance. I wrote a Daily Caller article on that. Oh, yet another thing, colluding with Russia in a fraud, purchasing the Steele dossier, and outsourcing CrowdStrike, who, by the way, was the only tech company, the only tech people to look at DNC servers. By the way, to my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. How many crimes can you commit? I think Clinton is probably trying to play a game. Like, how many crimes can you commit before actually getting indicted? How many crimes? How many crimes can you commit before getting indicted? Just how many? How many? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, go to HA Second Amendment and Heckler and Koch MP5. If you play Fortnite, it's SMG. It's a submachine gun on Fortnite, but I'm doing a series on Fortnite firearms. But ladies and gentlemen, definitely subscribe to HA Second Amendment. But yeah, so every day I'm uploading a fully automatic segment. Salome! Thank you. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Thank you, Salome. Thank you. But how many crimes, Salome? How many crimes? How many crimes can Clinton commit? It's almost like a competition. You have Andrew McCabe, who is under criminal investigation for lying 3 times under oath. 3 times. If anyone here, including myself, lied under oath once, and not even Alan Dershowitz said this, you don't even have to lie under oath, especially if you look a perjury trap. You don't even have to lie. You don't even have to lie. If someone says, "Oh yeah, well that didn't happen," so Hot Rod Rosenstein says that he didn't talk about the 25th Amendment. He didn't talk about a wire. That never happened. Don't you understand? It never happened. It never happened. It never happened. It never happened. Okay? It never happened. And then Andrew McCabe said it did happen. It did happen. It did happen. Well, someone's lying. James Comey says, I didn't tell Andrew McCabe to speak to the Wall Street Journal about the ongoing Clinton Foundation investigation that he got in trouble with the IG report. I didn't tell I didn't give you permission to do that, McCabe. And McCabe says, oh, yes, you did. We spoke about it. You knew about it. This was completely above board. This was completely, you gave me the okay, Comey. And Comey said, I'll testify. I'll testify against. So you actually have Comey willing to testify against Andrew McCabe, which is hilarious. Hilarious. I mean, that is hilarious. And it's all going down. I'm willing to bet that McCabe is not making that much money from his book, really. I mean, it's all going to go to legal fees. He's probably from his book, probably maximum making like maximum 150 grand, something like that. Max. If that. Because nobody knows who he is. And they're just going to sit on the shelves. It's not like, and he's under criminal investigation. So it's like there's really not much you could say. You can't really go on a book tour. And everything he does say now is going to be used by prosecutors. The guy will get indicted eventually. He's the only person in a ridiculous IG report that should have named a lot more people. And Lindsey Graham vows to hold hearing on McCabe's stunning 25th Amendment comments. Look, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is, once they start talking about Uranium One, because there's whistleblower evidence, there's FBI informant evidence, there's ongoing Clinton Foundation investigations that predate President Trump. I mean, you have a lot. William Barr has a lot on his plate. And every single person, I keep saying this, and I will continue to say this. Every single person that covered up for Hillary Clinton, whether it's James Comey, James Clapper, John Brennan, Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, Bruce Orr, Nellie Orr, Glenn Simpson, Christopher Steele, Susan Rice, Sally Yates, Samantha Power, all of these people, James Baker, a bunch of FBI agents who are now being investigated by the FBI's Office of Professional Responsibility. You have all of these people either facing legal issues, fired, about to get indicted, or no longer in government. Clinton does not even have the power she had within. She has the power, but she doesn't even have the influence or the prestige that she has within the Democratic Party. She does not even have. And so, how are you going to cover up? Washington runs on political will and people who manipulate the system. In Comey's case, in Andrew McCabe's case, in Peter Strzok's case, in James Clapper's case, in John Brennan's case, what they did was they covered up Clinton's crimes and then fabricated a Trump-Russia non-crime, complete, ridiculous, absurd notion that Trump would work with Putin to hack the DNC to inform everyone that Bernie Sanders was cheated, which he will be again cheated if he gets even close, which he won't get close. This is like the bizarro world H.A. Goodman. Before I was like, yeah, Bernie Sanders will win. He would have won the whole thing. Thank God Trump won, but he would have won the whole thing. I would have been right. But he was cheated. Now there's zero, and I say this with love. I love the people who still love Bernie. I love the people who are progressives who still watch me. I say this with love and respect. Peace and love, peace and love. I say this with love and respect in my heart. Unicorns will fly out of my rear end before Bernie Sanders wins again, or before Bernie Sanders wins, because there's no way they're going to allow him to win. No way. There's zero way. There's no way that happens. They cheated him already. Let me ask you a question. Okay? Let me ask you a question. Well, that would be interesting. Alexander, if he runs as an independent and stays as an independent, I'll respect him. But what's going to happen if he runs as an independent and then the Democrats are like, you better stop running. You're going to give the election to Trump. And then if he stops, that's not good. But you watch. It's going to be, they're going to cheat for their preferred candidate all over again. It's going to be the same thing all over again. And they are like, they are like, it's kind of absurd. Like, what they've done to Bernie Sanders is they've they've cloned him in all different ways, but then the left really, there's people who really hate him. There's people who really hate him. And then there's it's just so, it's craziness. It's craziness. They used him, and he did not represent, and he was a willing participant in getting used. And instead of saying, "Oh no, I was cheated," yeah, he didn't even say that. He's like, "Oh, let me, for once and for all, let me say, I apologize for being cheated. It's my fault that I was cheated. I'll apologize. Deborah Wasserman was a wonderful human being, and if you say a derogatory word about my friend Hillary Clinton, then by the way, I've had enough of her emails, and I can't believe Lindsey Graham is looking into her emails again. And my new name is Rico Suave Sanders." I mean, you're going to have Beto O'Rourke and Kamala Harris and Elizabeth Warren, who are they want to be Bernie Sanders. So I don't get it. I don't get it at all. They're like, "Oh, we don't need Bernie Sanders anymore. We could just pretend to stand for things." Trump is going, it's going to be like a 90s Sean Kemp dunk. Who remembers Sean Kemp? One of the great basketball players of all time. Love Sean Kemp. Press 1 if you remember the great Sean Kemp. Press 1. That's right. Luke St. Martin, that's right. Yes, 80. Okay. Sean Kemp was amazing. Trump is going to easily win. It's going to be, and the Democratic primary, and I've been saying this for a while, is going to be glorious. This is what it's going to be like for about 1 year. You're helping Trump. No, you're helping Trump. You're a supremacist enabler. No, you are. No, you are. You're not even close to Bernie Sanders. No, you're not close. Bernie Sanders is the enemy. No, Bernie is not. Bernie is just like Trump. No, no. Yes, you are helping Trump. No, you're helping Trump. It'll just be like, you're not good enough. You're not pure enough. You're not good enough. You're morally inferior to me. I'm morally superior to you. Let me try to insult you on Twitter. You're a Russian bot. No, you. That's right. Earth Today. That's right. You're helping Trump win. No, you're helping Trump win. If I may say that we should all get along. Shut up. Why don't you be quiet, Bernie? If it wasn't for you, Trump wouldn't win the first time. I just want to tell you that I love all of you. We don't love you, Bernie. We love you, Bernie. We don't love you at all. It will be so amazing. Thank God. Thank God I'm not going to be there on the left anymore. I'll just be a Trump supporter. Happy Trump supporter. He's going to clown every single one. It's going to be great. How do you differentiate between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders? Even though, how do you differentiate between Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and even though Kamala Harris is pretending to be Bernie and Warren, Kamala Harris? How do you differentiate? And then Beto O'Rourke. Once Beto comes in, it's going to be like that Spider-Man thing. Like, what? Me? You? No, you? Me? Beto, not you. What? Beto O'Rourke. There's one thing I like. There's one thing I dislike more than the Russians, and it's Beto. It's you. Meet me in the octagon. It's gonna be like the Spider-Man meme. Like, what, you? No, you? If there's one thing I don't like, it's a guy named Robert Francis, whose nickname is Beto. Should be the new name Drunko, since he was arrested-o for drunk driving-o. But don't tell anyone that. I've had enough of talking about your drunk driving, just like I had enough of Clinton emails. I just want Bernie to come, like, even though I'm very upset with him and I've had enough of him, I just want Bernie to go on stage and be like, by the way, just want to let everyone know this. There was never a Russian hacking thing, you imbeciles. You cheated me, and I'm coming to take names. And you know what? Trump is a pretty good president, but I would be better. And Hillary Clinton transferred top secret intelligence from JWIX. Shout out to H.A. Goodman for writing great articles about me. And Beto, you know what? Meet me outside. That's what would be awesome. But that will never happen. Ever. It will never, ever happen. Never. That will, you know what's going to happen? I tell you, this is what's going to happen. I think that we should be fighting for the 99%. Oh, no, I pointed. What? I just keep doing this. I can't stop. You pointed, Bernie, again? Haven't you learned that you pointed? You're the definition of sexism and misogyny and everything bad that has ever happened in humanity. Get him off the stage. Get him off the stage. Could you imagine, like, he points. Could you imagine if he points at someone? If he, like, points at Kristen Gillibrand? You pointed? Oh my God. Madge Mac! Maybe DW. You can do it, Bernie. Don't let them cheat you. Oh, it's a low blow. Exactly. Exactly. Madge Mac. Exactly. Oh my God. And I love the, like Andrew McCabe, they're such actors. They're such actors. Because Andrew McCabe was like, I wouldn't lie. Trump wanted me to lie, and I wouldn't lie. But you lied 3 times under oath. How does that work? I would not lie. Adam Schiff, there is compelling evidence. It's not evidence, it's compelling evidence in plain sight of Trump-Russia collusion. Really? What is the compelling evidence? What's the plain sight? We don't even know anything. The Senate committee said there's no evidence. We found no evidence. You can see evidence in plain sight. It's pretty compelling evidence. Now there's difference between evidence of collusion and being able to prove criminal conspiracy beyond a reasonable doubt. No, there wasn't even any collusion at all. That was with Hillary Clinton purchasing the Steele dossier. Alan Dershowitz even says this is all a coup d'etat, and Alan Dershowitz has tried his best not to bring up anything. Like, he's so down the middle. I wouldn't lie because I'm not a liar. Except under oath that I do lie. If you give me the Bible, I'll lie. I don't lie, but when I do, it's like a nightmarish version of the Dos Equis commercial. I don't always lie, but when I do, it's on the Bible. He lied 3 times under oath. 3 times. 3 times. And now he's going up against Rosenstein and which is hilarious, and Comey. You know. So many things, like every single day. Every single day you find there's like some crazy thing going on every single day. There's something like you find out like that what you first thought. You just find out that, like, I'm not even going to say the different scandals now on the live stream. I'll do an upload. But my God, it's like every day there's something new. Every day there's some like debunked myth. Wingless Angel, hello. Every single day there's something. And William Barr is coming in and he's not playing. He's like, I just want to let you know that what will be available to the public will not be what I see. I will see something different from the entire public on the Mueller report because it's a bunch of nonsense. Then they're like, oh my God, we got to stop Trump. We got to stop Trump. It's like, nah, you're not stopping Trump. Not going to stop Trump. George Rivera Jr. I still say we should put on a pay-per-view. Yeah, George Rivera Jr. I don't know who would win. They both look like they couldn't win. George Rivera Jr., thank you. Thank you as always. Thank you. I wouldn't even take Comey in a fight. Are you kidding? He's a big guy, but I just don't see him like these people do their best work sitting in like an armchair and just lying. I bet you if you took them to the shooting range, I bet you they wouldn't be good. Blazing Press, I do not partake, but I want it legal. So I don't partake in it, but I do want it legal throughout the country, federal and state. Absolutely 100% legal. I do believe marijuana should be legal. 100%. But, thank God that AOC prevented 107,000 total indirect and direct jobs from coming to New York. Thank God. We showed the oligarchy. The oligarchy is upset. 25,000 initially, then Amazon was like, look, because New York structured it to where they didn't. New York structured it to where they would only get the $3 billion tax incentive write-off if they hired more than 25,000 people, and the 8 million square foot headquarters was actually for could actually have 40,000 people. Tulsi 2024. Tulsi 2024 is the only hope for Democrats to win. Tulsi 2024. But it's going to be interesting, there's still, how long can you pump the Russia myth? How long can you do it when everyone knows there's nothing there? Everyone knows there's nothing there. And the whole thing is predicated upon Bernie Sanders being cheated. Ex-FBI director has a history of misleading statements. Yes, of course. This is a great article in Real Clear Politics. So McCabe didn't recuse himself even after he got money. It was known that he got money. His wife got money from Terry McAuliffe. And it doesn't make sense because they're like, well, the campaign was already in the past. Like, so that's how these favors are done. George Rivera Jr., thank you. Thank you. That's how these favors are done. You hook people up with what, $600,000-$700,000, and you say, yeah, in the future, you help us out. And William Barr, this is just strong case. William Barr in 2017, strong case to investigate Clinton uranium. Of course there is. Of course there is. And it's just, this is Newsweek. Trump's attorney general pick, Barr, says there's more reason to investigate Hillary Clinton than the president. Well, of course. This was in December. Of course. William Barr knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. Thank you, Truly Progressive. Thank you very much. I appreciate that for sharing that on Twitter. Thank you. I got to say, it's going to be, this week is going to be great. You have Andrew Mccabe, and this is the funny thing also, like Andrew McCabe's like, oh, I got to sell my book. I got to sell my memoirs. And then they don't realize that every single time, whether it's McCabe or Comey or any of them, every single time, because they've lied so much, because there's such a criminal conspiracy, that it just comes back to them. They're like, and then there's the new thing like, you don't trust the intelligence community? No. What? You trust Putin? It's not a matter of trusting Putin. It's a matter of if it happened or not. This is like middle school stuff. It's not a matter of trusting. If it happened, it happened. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. In this case, Vladimir Putin's actually telling the truth. That can happen, There are times when even Clinton tells the truth. So there you go. If Vladimir Putin said, oh, yeah, drink water and breathe air, what are you going to do? Not drink water, not breathe air? Just to show Putin? We'll show Putin. So it's just, it's like I've been every single day. Tell your friends about this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Tell your friends about this channel. Flynn, yes. George Rivera Jr. Thank you. Thank you. Now that Hillary cover's gone, no, exactly. No Comey Brand. That's right, McCabe. And your opinion, how long until Barr stirs the pot? I mean, I think that I would be shocked if within the next month there isn't something serious that goes down. Because, this is also, William Barr is an establishment, old school Republican, George, old school. He actually knows the Clintons from the early 90s when they were just starting their corruption. Well, they were always corrupt, but he knows that he's from a time period where this type of things, private server stuff, would never fly. So I just think that he also knows, and Lindsey Graham also knows, that the media will never be fair with them. The media will take them down, and they're running for the Senate. So they have a whole bunch of Senate seats open in 2020, and they're all Republican. So mostly Republican. You have a whole bunch of Republicans up for re-election. And there's just no way that that the Republicans are going to even have a chance of keeping the House if they don't flip the script. They have to. There are more Republicans than Democrats who are up for re-election. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lindsey Graham's up for re-election. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I think I counted 22. There's 22 Republicans. 22 Republicans. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Democrats, 11, 12. So if Republicans have any hope, George, if Republicans have any hope, they have to start investigating and start indicting people. Mccabe will get indicted. And when he does, it's game over. It's game over. So Lindsey Graham's going to subpoena Andrew McCabe and also Rod Rosenstein. Exactly. Your 5 minutes are up. Matthew Whitaker, your 5 minutes are up. That's why the House is like not the place that you want to. The Senate is where it's at in terms of investigations because they're just more powerful in terms of getting things done with the DOJ. Look, one thing Trump has is strategy. Just because he's rich or famous doesn't mean he's intelligent or wise, although he is intelligent and he does have a certain amount of wisdom, Trump. A lot more wisdom than the left thinks he does. But he's not going to, this isn't going to be Jeff Sessions 2.0. All those trust Sessions people, no, no, no. That didn't work out too well. You had DOJ officials who were like, "Yeah, let's let's oust the president." Ultimately, I think what needs to take place. Thank you again, George Rivera Jr. Thank you. Ultimately, what needs to take place is this. What needs to take place is William Barr has to indict people, and because they committed crimes, and eventually, what needs to take place. Well, Clinton will eventually get indicted because the people who covered for her are no longer there or facing indictments themselves. And all of this was done to make things morally relative. So, oh well, they went after Manafort. It's like Manafort, those things happened like 10 years before. His biggest problem, Manafort, was buying the ostrich feather jacket. That's his biggest problem. That's the biggest problem. I mean, Manafort. First of all, if you're wealthy, don't buy an ostrich feather jacket. Don't do it. Not because of the ostrich, but just because it's too gaudy, ostentatious, pretentious. Let's look at this ostrich feather jacket. I mean, oh my God, 3,750. Oh my God. This is just Neiman Marcus right here. Oh my God. What's the one Manafort? It didn't even look expensive. $15,000. That's bizarre. 15 grand? Oh, ostrich skin. That's even worse. $15,000? Why have I always been saying ostrich feather? You see him roll up and ostrich feather. That's awesome. 15,000. That's the only thing they have. 2 years, and they've only found the $15,000 ostrich skin jacket. That's it. That's it. We had to endure 2 years of Mueller, and all we got was this ostrich skin jacket. Yep. That's what we got. Yep. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. PETA has a report on how these... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I don't even want to see this video. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. Um, so basically, it's going down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to my super chat, thank you so very, very much. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell people you know to listen to this channel if they would find it amusing. This is going to be a very interesting week, ladies and gentlemen. And I just hope that AOC does more great things for the progressive Democrats, which, I mean, between the New Deal resolution that they can't vote on, which didn't invigorate anybody or motivate anybody, to the fact that 25,000 direct jobs to 40,000 direct jobs to 107,000 direct and indirect jobs were prevented from landing in New York because AOC fought the oligarchy. Who knows what's next? Who knows the victories? One can only imagine the victories, the future victories that could take place. Mac, they still are. My God. Could you imagine? They still are. And that too is a whole can of worms right there. I mean, William Barr knows what's going on. I mean, Trump, like he said, you'd be in jail. Trump said that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. To my super chat, thank you. Have a great, great evening, great morning and day if you're watching in another country. And thank you so very much. Everyone hit subscribe right now or tell your friends to, and watch this channel this week. It's going to be an epic week. Thank you.